What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We back at it once again. Now, today I'm going to be bringing you 10 things to do when you're bored in Schedule 1. Now, let's get straight into it. First thing is going to be a grow-only playthrough, guys. This is where you start and you save from scratch and you limit yourself only to agricultural products. Guys, I have done a bunch of playthroughs on Schedule 1, and this is the first time where I felt like I was hooked again, like when I first started playing the game. Guys, before I knew it, 6 hours went by when I started that first playthrough, and there's a little few things that you can do to give yourself a bit of a boost just to skip some of the hard lock areas of the game. Now, the second that you log in, a command that you can do is add XP, and you can give yourself 10,000 XP to start. That's going to unlock the first 2 regions for you and also give you access to the warehouse where you can get employees. This is going to make getting employees to the sweatshop a lot faster, and it's going to give you a really close head start towards that brick press. It's not going to bring you right there, but it will line up for after a few weeks of in-game time after you've reached the bungalow. That brick press will start popping up, and also it's going to increase the quantity of orders that your customers will order from you. So they're going to order way more than just 2 or 3. They're going to be ordering 5 or 6. And if you can have a counter offer up to 10 to 15 for some of the OGs like Kyle and Geraldine, these guys are going to be ordering massive amounts of product. That's going to bring me to number 2 on the list, and that's going to be experiment with mods. Guys, there is a bunch of community made mods out there that will enhance the experience that you have on the game. Now, for starters, the number 1 mod I would recommend is going to be the backpack mod. Guys, the backpack mod is by far the most useful and game-changing mod I've ever experienced. It gives you an additional 8 slots. Now, you can toggle the backpack just by pressing B, and that's going to show and remove the 8 slots. And you can also access those 8 slots using the keypad the same way you would with the normal inventory, but you will just hold shift, and that is going to hotkey all of those 8 slots to your keyboard. Guys, this by far is the best mod I've ever experienced in Schedule 1. It changes the game and makes it so much more fun in ways that you wouldn't even expect. So if you're having a bit of trouble managing things or trying to fit everything in the inventory, that's going to be a great start. And there's also mods like the bank app mod where you can deposit and withdraw money straight from your phone. If you find having to run to ATMs a little bit tedious, that's going to skip that thing for you. And then of course there's the counteroffer mod, which lets you know exactly how much you can counteroffer your customers to get the absolute most out of them. That's a really fun mod, and I enjoy that a lot. It just makes things a bit more exact, and I think that's a great addition. Alright guys, and that's going to bring me to my 3rd thing on the list, and that's going to be an area locked playthrough. So an area locked playthrough is where you restrict yourself to a certain part of the map. Big shout out to Smell, the YouTuber who did an RV only completion of Schedule 1. Now, if that's something that interests you, there is definitely ways that you can do that, but it doesn't just have to be the RV. What you can do is you can do a command called set owned, and then you type in the property. So let's say docks warehouse, and then you can give yourself the docks warehouse right at the start of the game. And if you feel like you just want to do everything out of the docks the entire playthrough, or everything out of the barn, or everything out of the bungalow, or you could go even one step further, the motel or the RV, that is totally possible. If you would like to do something like that, just challenging yourself can really make the game a lot more fun. And that is going to bring me on to my next point, guys, and that is going to be the creative mode. Now, obviously, there is no creative mode built into Schedule 1, but there is a command prompt, and that command prompt gives you a bunch of commands and different ways that you can interact with the game. You can give yourself everything that you want. So you can set owned lots of properties, you can give yourself items, you can give yourself cash or balance, you can add employees for free. Guys, there is a bunch of things you can do with that command prompt. You can change the time, you can change the scale of the time. So if you want to do something like that, you can test out different builds, check efficiencies. There's a lot of things that you can do inside that creative mode. I personally have spent over 100 hours probably in creative mode on Schedule 1. That is just because I've used it a bunch to create content. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, that is something that you can do as well. That's going to bring me to my next point, and that is going to be make a guide. Now, this is a little bit weird if you are not a YouTuber or you have no plans on being a YouTuber, but making a guide is a lot of fun. If you're someone who likes, if you are someone who enjoys teaching other people things, this is going to be a great thing for you. It's a way that you can add value to their Schedule 1 community. If you think that the way that you do things in Schedule 1 is a little bit different, then tear down your build, record it step by step, and show people how they can do something similar to you have in the game. It's just a way to help people, and it's a real good addition. Now, just make sure you do things original. Make sure that you're really contributing something good, and there's no harm in that, guys. And if you do really well, I will see you on the recommended section in YouTube. Now, there is another thing that you can do. This is going to bring me to my next point. This is going to be record a playthrough. Guys, we want to know who you are. YouTube is a massive space. There is room for everyone. Get yourself out there, show everyone your personality, record a playthrough. That was the bread and butter of my YouTube channel. That's really what inspired me to keep going. So put yourself out there, hit record, and just see what happens, guys. It's a lot of fun. You never know where it might take you. Now, this is going to bring me on to my next tip, and this is going to be mixing. Guys, there is a bunch of mixes on the game that have plenty of different effects. Now, for example, the OG original strain, if you mix mouthwash with that strain, it would give you an anti-gravity effect, which allows moving through the map a lot more easy. So you can pretty much fly over buildings, jump from building to building, rooftop to rooftop, and it just makes interacting with dealers or completing deals a lot more fun. And, if you're going to start a second playthrough, I would highly recommend you look at mixing just to make sure that you are not leaving any stone unturned. Mixing is a great way to progress through the game, and I would urge you to do it. This is going to bring me to my next one. This is going to be automation, guys. If you are not automating everything in your game, you need to understand how automation works. Using employees, using routes, using handlers, using every assignment that you can, automate everything possible. Guys, this is where the magic lies in Schedule 1. The systems behind it is fantastic. Massive credits to the developer who designed the game. Creating a game where people can create systems inside your game is really something special. So guys, if you are not familiar with how automation works, guys, this is where you need to start. Okay, automation, I know it sounds like, it might be a bit of a drag, but get into it. This is where the magic is in Schedule 1. You'll have a lot of fun. This brings me to my next step, and this is achievement hunting. Guys, there is a bunch of achievement hunting on Steam. There is so many achievements in Schedule 1. There's the 10 mil achievement, the 1 mil achievement, and of course you can get these illegitimately, but where's the fun in that? If you have not obtained these achievements legitimately, then you have not finished Schedule 1. You have left stones unturned. Go back, make sure that you have achieved every single achievement in Schedule 1. I think at this current point, only 3 or 4% of players have achieved the 10 mil net worth. So if you're one of those, my hats off goes to you. And if you've achieved that legitimately, that's even more impressive. Now, this is my final tip, guys. This is going to be start again, start again, start again. Guys, there is updates coming to this game every week. We have the locker update coming soon. We have a flatbed truck that is going to be coming soon. The manor, the cartel, police raids, and these are just a few things from the top of my head. The roadmap is super deep, guys. So there's a massive future to this game. So just make sure that you're always ready to go through again, and make sure that you're not missing any of these awesome updates. Now, if you want to stay up to date with everything that is going on in Schedule 1, hit that subscribe button. I will be reporting to you everything that happens in Schedule 1 from here on out. So just make sure, if you don't want to miss anything, put the bell icon on, and of course I'll be posting a few different other things as well. Now, that's going to be it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe down below, and of course, guys, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.